What's up, bitches? Brandon Lynette here, and today's podcast is a little late, okay? Like almost 12 hours late, but who's keeping track? I know probably some of you are. I get it. Thank you for your patience. Shit happened, I guess. We're gonna call me out on my bullshit because I have spent a lot of time fucking around and not preparing for, life surprises. AKA I woke up actually feeling sick yesterday. And I ended up taking I took Benadryl, you guys, and that shit fucked me up so bad. I had to take 3 of my slumber gummies and force myself to go to sleep. Maybe I took 4. I was not having a great time. So I didn't record the podcast last night. And this morning I had every excuse in the book because it's really cold in here. And I have like this sinus bullshit. Okay. So I get over the earaches. And the crazy part is I feel great. Like I don't feel bad. I'm just miserable because of the earache. Okay. So I don't have like the sore throat. I don't have the sinus congestion. I don't have anything that comes along with, what it is to like be sick. I don't feel run down. I was just in pain. So my ears are back to normal. But all of a sudden I have all this congestion and all this bullshit. And I know it's not going to last that long. My husband just got through it. It took him like 2 or 3 days and he just slept a lot. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I did. I slept till noon today. Um, but literally my nose is like a faucet. It's embarrassing. It's frustrating. I've got the sneezes, the sniffles, the runny eyes. Uh, feels like a Sahara desert in my nose. It's bizarre. But I feel like this is how I should have felt with the earaches. So whatever. I would just like to give a shout out to the government for whatever fuckery they are spreading around at the moment because your girl who doesn't get sick, who actually takes really great care of herself. Okay. I'm a supplement junkie. I, eat right 90% of the time. I exercise. I'm doing the fucking things. Okay. Mentally and emotionally healthy. Um, and then this shit just happened and it's back to back. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I feel terrible for people who are not taking care of themselves because once you get this shit, you're going to feel terrible. Terrible. It's going to knock the wind out of you. But what is the truth, you guys? Okay. I've been playing a lot of video games. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Okay. My time management hasn't been the greatest. It was the holidays. My son, we got a new PS5 downstairs, and my son downloaded these new games. And so in my free time, that's what I'm doing because I take for granted that I should probably stockpile some podcasts. And I've been so in the moment that I haven't thought about things, having a backup plan for the things that do matter. And it weighed really heavy on me that I didn't record the podcast. And I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll just miss a couple days. And my attitude started to go like down the drain of just like, I missed it. And I don't know, it just spirals, right? Like the negative portion of our brain that falls into that default thinking, it just spiraled. And I was like, I'm just going to skip it. I told my husband I'm going to recycle some podcast episodes. Nobody will know. Because who wants to hear me like blowing my nose and shit and sniffling? And I talked myself out of it. But then I was like, fuck that. Because what do you tell people? You tell people, to have the backup plans. Okay. Be prepared, batch your episodes, batch your products, batch whatever, so that you could stay consistent and continue to show up, even if you're not really showing up. And instead of, recording a few pocket podcasts in my free time, literally playing video games. Okay. I'm not sad about that. I don't regret that. I love spending the time with him. Like we're conquering the world. We only have 2 weeks left on this game. So yeah, it's how I'm going to spend my time, but I still need to set aside the 30 minutes to get a backup episode, right? So it's one of those things where you have to walk the talk, okay? Practicing the shit that we're preaching. Because I know how irritated I've been when I run into someone who is like a successful leader, they're guiding other people, and I see what they say, but they're doing something different. I've seen that, and it doesn't happen very often. That's because it doesn't necessarily work, but I've still seen it, and it irritates me. It's frustrating because we're out here killing ourselves. We're out here doing the things, and stuff isn't working. But the truth is, it's the principles taught without the right examples being put into practice. This stuff is going to fall off the cliff. Okay. It's going to fall on the side, especially if you're in a position of authority. it is absolutely important to lead by example. And that's why I've never lied to you guys. I never bullshit. I didn't come out here with some crazy excuse. I just didn't fucking do it. And I didn't batch the stuff to be prepared for, what if I do get sick? Um, None of that. Or what if there's a family emergency, or what if whatever? Because I'm not, you know, I can't control everything around me, but I can control what I'm prepared for and what I'm set up to do. So, do I acknowledge that? Do I take responsibility for that? Absolutely. I bartend for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Do I know that Saturday and Sunday I'm going to batch episodes? Yes, I am. And not not only have I batched episodes before, I just get lazy and then end up not recording, and I use what I have batched instead of saving it for emergencies. So, full confession, okay? Not everybody has their shit together, but I just want to be I'm be upfront and honest, okay? So, it's I mean, I I preach honesty, okay? 100%. I preach honesty. I tell you guys like it's part of the core ethics and values, and honest people win in the end. Okay? But what happened if you see them for themselves, that they're gaining the trust of other people by being honest, you're going to see the benefit of being honest yourself. Okay, so I'm not out here like telling you guys I'm working 24 hours a day, I'm doing all the things, I'm not preaching that hustle mentality of, you know burn the candle at both ends. I have the balance of I enjoy life when I want to enjoy it, and I show up and I don't lie about what's happening. But it's important that you are honest at your core. That means taking responsibility. Could I have done better? Absolutely. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up for it. I'm just going to move on to the next right thing. Otherwise, we just bring out a whole other can of shit, and then we end up walking away from the things we love, right? Business is already hard enough to build. Okay. Anything that you're doing on the side is fucking hard. I was literally having a conversation with my mom today about my husband's business, because things are changing next week. His schedule is changing, and I don't know what that looks like for me as far as getting to keep my bartending job. Okay. Um, it's all just kind of unknown right now, and that's cool, whatever. But my mom's like, I thought he was done with like the welding. And I said, we've only had one season of power washing. Okay. And in that season, there wasn't a huge profit. We paid off what we invested. That's basically it. We paid for the equipment that we have. Um, and that was it. It takes years to build up a business, you guys. Okay. And it's that commitment. So, what has to happen is that we have to be honest with ourselves, and our expectations have to be real. Meaning, we bought equipment this season, next power washing season, we're probably going to upgrade some things and do what we can to invest in a winter business. That's going to be, a substantial income once that's built. But you can't just like wake up and think that the snap of your fingers, everything's going to work out. It's going to take 3 to 5 years to build up a sustainable income. And this is why people quit what they're doing, because we want those immediate results. And then you've got people out here lying to you. You know how many ads I've seen on Facebook to lose weight and get fit in 30 days? In 30 days. Okay. That's not happening. It's not happening. Are you going to feel better? Absolutely. Are you going to treat yourself better? Absolutely. But unless you already have this fit, muscular, guy who works out in the gym body, it takes more than 30 days to build that. And it does with anything. Okay. And that's the same thing with just even building up my foundation as an author and getting my books promoted. I hate that there is like a lull in book sales. It's not a consistent thing for me, and it's not consistent because I haven't been consistent. And I can't be mad at anybody but myself for that. Okay. And I can't be mad because I see people selling out. I see people being dishonest. That's their journey. But I can take responsibility for the fact that I wasn't consistent in this. So it's going to take a long time. It literally took my publishers 10 years for the success of their book to flourish and become a full-time business for them. 10 years. I've been in the game for 4 or 5. I think this will be the 5th year. So you're on track. You're exactly where you need to be. Don't compare your shit to other people, and don't listen to the bullshit of other people lying. You have to set the example of what it is to actually do the work and to be honest. I'm not blaming anybody else for my success. I'm not saying, people are stupid and they just don't get it. It's their fault. Like, people just don't see what's right in front of them. That's not true. I haven't been in front of them long enough for them to see. If I'd been consistent for the past 5 years, yeah, I might have an issue, right? But I'm choosing the path of ethics and honesty and principles and hard work, and I'm taking the long road. Okay, that's the truth. You just have to show up. But just sharing principles, just talking about principles, especially with other people, it's not enough because a lot of people have a whole different expectation and understanding of what they're obligated to do. Okay. And especially if they're following people that are lying and not being honest. Um, it's like if you're in a team effort, especially, okay. I've not run a business with anyone, but I did do a relationship class with someone and I learned a lot from this one class, okay? Um because not we weren't on the same page. We had a great idea, but the execution didn't come out like I would have liked and I didn't communicate that. I didn't talk about that. And that's the thing, you have to actually communicate fully and completely your expectations of whatever desired outcome you have for any situation that you're in. But no one's gonna respect you when people can see that you are not complying with the principles that you teach. Never. I would not have you in my audience if I was continually talking about how easy and perfect it is to, build success for yourself, to change your mindset. If I was like, this one time I just figured out I'd get my shit together and everything fell into place. Who could respect that? Because it's not real life. Okay. You're going to end up getting disastrous results of not practicing what you preach. So what happens when you're trying to teach these certain life principles, but you allow your actions to dictate otherwise? I couldn't sit here with confidence and talk to you guys. That's it. And if I expected you guys to show up, you're going to end up resenting me because you're going to see the truth. Like I'm acting like I'm perfect out here, but my life is in shambles rather than telling you guys there is no such thing as perfect. It's a mess and it's going to be your own mess. Your own mess is going to be able to drive you to what, becomes your success and what defines your life and your current reality. I'm not willing to fuck up my reputation as an effective leader or teacher. I'm not going to lose sight of the actions that I want to teach you guys. And that means it's messy. Nobody wants a dictator to lead them. Okay. And I've seen leaders lose everything because of this, all of it, because they are not practicing what they preach. They're not leading by example. And it's easy to outline your expectations. Okay. That's the simplest part of the equation. And that's the start because at least you know what the principles are. Knowing is half the battle, even if it's the smaller half. Okay. It takes a lot of effort to really walk the talk and practice the behaviors that you want other people to emulate. But if you get started now and if you guys can understand, like people want to be able to relate to you. So when you start at zero and it's messy, people can relate to that. That's part of the toxic influential culture of everyone putting out this perfect lifestyle, this perfect, you know, everything fell into alignment for me. I didn't have to do anything. It all just worked out. That's very toxic. And then you have people that are living real life and start comparing themselves to that. And then no one wants to even fucking try. That's it. So I want you guys to focus daily on what's important to you. Your expectations from other people, you have to start practicing that for yourself. So start small, stick to your immediate circle, okay? Give yourself that chance to impart those morals and that belief system with the people that are around you. You've got to take one step at a time. Work hard at allowing it to become an integral part of your everyday life. Once you master one thing, you move on to something else. You can't expect your kids to get up and handle all the shit if you don't get up and handle your shit. That's what happens. Like, I'm not feeling great, so I don't wake up and become a dictator around the house. Like, why haven't you done your shit? Bitch, I haven't even done my own shit. Okay. I was drooling on the couch until noon. So there's that. How can I have these expectations around me of what I want other people to do when I'm not setting that example? Okay. You want to be able to give testimony to the fact there are actually greater benefits to adhering to whatever principle you're bringing on than not working through it. There's an element of fulfillment when you can show other people just what kind of actions, thoughts, and behaviors are going to contribute to a better, more successful, wholesome, honest outcome. Okay. Walking the talk is a lifelong journey. You're going to have to grow through shit. And there's going to be times that you fall below your own expectations and the principle that you want to uphold. Okay. And it's a matter of just being honest and saying, okay, we're starting at ground zero because guess what? I've been fucking around a lot. I took my foot off the gas. I haven't been showing up 100% and, putting the things that are important to me on the front burner. What's important is that I recognize it, I own it, I acknowledge it, and I'm back on track. That's what matters, especially when it comes to like what I'm trying to do with promoting my book and promoting the coaching and doing these things. Bitch, I have not been consistent. Okay. And I post a lot on TikTok now. I've been consistent. And what is the proof in that? I mean, in a 24-hour window, I get 50 followers when I'm consistent. That's a lot. That's a big audience. Okay. That's a big audience. I have 18,000 plus followers on TikTok, and that grows every single day because I'm being consistent and I'm willing to try new shit. My husband sent me a video of an author who was talking about she sold like hundreds of thousands of copies of her books on TikTok. And that's my goal, right? Is that I want to just keep selling these books. They're amazing fucking books. Okay. If you have them, you know. So I'm like, well, I'll try anything. So she has this method that I thought was ridiculous. Absolutely full judgment. I'm like, this is what she's fucking doing. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Guess what, bitch? I did that shit and I got more views on those videos than I have on anything else I posted. Okay. I'm overthinking it. Kiss. It's the kiss method. Okay. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. You're overthinking everything. I promise you. Okay. I promise you, you're overthinking everything. Show up consistently and be willing to open the idea of what works. Okay. Because my ideas, everything I thought would work, it doesn't. So do I quit? Do I give up? Do I run kicking and screaming? No, I drag my feet a little bit and then I come back and I start over all over again. Okay. I've had to start at day one a million times. What have I learned this time? You guys, I'm not going to stop being consistent on TikTok. It's working. I'm seeing the benefits of that. I'm seeing the growth. I'm seeing the commitment. I'm seeing the podcast listens grow because I'm drawing people from TikTok. Hi, if you're here from TikTok. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you. That's how it works. You have to stay committed and you have to stay disciplined in your actions, knowing what you want the results to be. I want to sell books. What hasn't worked for me? Well, I haven't been consistent. I haven't shown up. In fact, I've probably gone months at a time not even talking about a book. Okay. I get lost in what I should be doing, what other people think I should be doing. And at the end of the day, you guys, life is about self-promotion. Okay. It's not about your product. It's not about the product you're selling. It's about you and what you have to offer to people. It's never been about the product, and it doesn't matter because you know what I know to be true? I can go on Facebook right now and talk about something that really works for me, and people are going to love that, not because the product, but because I've built that trust because I'm fucking honest. When something doesn't work, I tell the truth. When I fuck up, I own my shit and I tell the truth. When, I'm not doing the right things, I tell the truth. When I am doing the right things, I'm earning trust. That's what you want. That's what you want with the people in your life. You want them to know, like, and trust you. If you want to build that relationship, then you've got to let them see the mess. That's where the message is. That's where this conversion of real life to success converts right there in the messy parts of everything. You're telling people that it's all perfect. And this is true with even my husband doing the power washing business. These guys are out here preaching about how easy it is, how great it is, how much money they're making. I guarantee they went through some shit and they need to share that. Otherwise, people like my husband are like, fuck that. I tried it for a season and it didn't work out because I'm not making $10 million. So this doesn't work. That's what we're doing to people. That's what people are doing to people, is giving them this unrealistic expectation of perfection and success and how everything should fall into place if it's meant for you. That's not true. That's not true. You want to know the hell that Jesus went through before he was, put on a cross and sacrificed? There's no straight path to success. There's no straight path to peace and joy. It's all a little messy. And you learn through the mistakes, okay? That's where we grow. If you never mess up, how do you ever learn anything new? And if you're not learning anything new, then what are you doing? What is the point? What is the purpose of your life if you don't have a purpose? If you're not standing on core ethics and values to drive you from one choice to the next, what are you doing? You're a meat suit sucking up oxygen that other people need. It drives me nuts. I don't want you guys wasting your life. I want you to become an absolute creator of what comes next. You owe that to yourself. You chose this human experience. You wanted to feel what love was. You wanted to feel what compassion was. And guess what? You don't know what that stuff is unless you feel pain too. You just don't. How do you know if you don't have the contrast in the experience? So that contrast is just showing you that you want more of what the good stuff is. And then if you change your focus to that, You get less and less of the contrast and more of the things that you enjoy. That's it. All right, bitches. I am getting off of here. Thanks for your patience. Hey, better late than never. That's the truth. I'm going to pat myself on the back because I showed up when I wasn't going to. I was just going to find an old episode and replay it. But I'm here, bitches. My nose is bright ass red. Like I could light Santa's sleigh right now. Um, I just look a hot mess and it's fine. I showed the fuck up. We did it. And cheers to health to myself and to all of us. And thankfully, everyone in the family is finally feeling 100%. So I'll be the little tail that drags it to finish it up. And that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.